ambient light projector times 8 right now. Looking for another Sony projector. There's actually one projector that I'm missing in my collection of Sonys. One of them is actually a 5,000 lumen, I think, short throw, ultra short throw. No, short throw. I have the ultra short throw already. I'm looking for a 5,000 lumen um, uh, 5,000 lumen short throw projector. So I've seen a couple of them on here, but some of them were a little bit too skeptical because one was actually claimed to be, it was 5,000 lumens, but it was the lens, because the lens on some of these projectors are interchangeable. There's no way of telling if the lens is a a short throw lens or not. So that's one of the things I have to be careful about when buying projectors on eBay. Is when I use certain projectors that actually you can actually remove the lenses. The lens may be short throw, it may not be short throw. So that's what I'm for right now. And remember I told you that the projector I have, the Sony VPL FH30 projectors, excuse me, are very expensive projectors. I'm not lying. When we were selling the projectors off at around 800, those projectors alone by themselves are extremely expensive. The projector I have here, because I'm going to leave it at the door in a few minutes, the projector I have here is my Sony VPL FH30 at 4,300 lumens, and this projector is around 4,300 lumens, and now looking on the site, they have gone up. I used to be able to get them for $300 and $400, but now it's not even happening anymore. So I think, what page am I on here? I'm on the first or second page of all this. It's the first page. I'm on the first page of this. There is, let me show you the asking for these projectors. And it's a lot too, because I got one for around 300 and I got the other projector for the price tag of around, both my Sony projectors cost me, the VPL FH30s cost me, one was 35. No, it was sorry. It was 350 and one was $300. So I'm looking to buy another Sony, but I'd like to get another one of those. But let me show you the price. Let me show you the price that they want now for the FH30s. Let me scroll up here. All right. So this is the one I think I might get. I'm not sure on that one yet. That's a bid right there. So they're doing a bid on that one altogether. All right, so there right there, that's an FA36. FA36 are 5,200 lumens, and that one has portrait mode. They want $400 for that one alone by itself. Let me move this a little bit so you can get a look at this. My stuff in here. That projector is 400 bucks. I might buy that one today. That one I might buy. I don't have the 52. That says 5,200 lumens. This one has portrait mode. I might be purchasing this one today. This one I might be a buy today. This one right here is the 30, the FA30. So when I own, that's $230 for that projector. That's 230 used. This one over here is laser. Oh man, I might pick this one up too. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna get today, but I'm gonna pick one of these because I'm a big fan of Sony. So that's how I come here on eBay buy all the time. Let me see. FA30s. Let's go in here and pull up the FA30s only and see what they got in them. FH30 Sonys right here. We don't need the lumen counts because they're automatically going to get lumen counts on the door. Just need that one right there to take it that way. 30. Let's see what we get on this one. All right, let me see. They got a couple of these for bid, but I'm not going to bid if I already own the projector. That one's 360. The lamp isn't bad. The lamp to replace them is only around $50.52. That's basically about it. That's cheap. You know what I mean? Let's see what we have going on here. Oh, they got the brackets for it too. I need to get one of these too. I need to get one for mine. Now that's interesting. That's not the remote control that goes with it. So the only ones they have here on the site under the FH30s are the ones that they just have. Okay, there's another one right there. Okay, that's a good price. That's only going for $139. Might be something wrong with that one. But I might look into that and buying that one too. That's all they have in the FH30s are the only ones they have left in that one. Okay. Now I know basically it says something about Crow's personal mix. I am in the process of still buying his screen paint. Keep in mind we can't go through his eBay account because he shut down his eBay account and he did send us back our money. So now I'm even more curious why he does not want that product here to begin with. I never seen anybody take such security precautions to make sure someone does not get their hands or even touch their product. So I guess the only way you would be able to purchase that product now is he doesn't have a website. So we're searching for a website. He doesn't have a website. So he's probably going to do probably some form of contact him through email, and then that way he can ask you random questions to figure out who's who. So I have 10 people over in California that I'm good friends with. They are going to try to purchase the paint from him, and he's not going to take any orders from Philly. I know that from the door because this happened the last time. Any orders that come from Philadelphia are automatically going to be denied. So I'm going to have to get somebody in another state in order to order it. The last time we got our hands on it, we got somebody in another state to do it. But I have a few people in California. I'm pretty sure he's not going to deny every last one of them in California at all. Let me see. I thought the other Sony projector looked really nice. I might get that one today. I don't need that more power, that powerful projector. I mean, I just want the BPL. Anything the BPL is usually what I go for. And that's not a bad price. Hey, this is a new listing. It's a new listing with that large venue projector, $352. I wonder what the specs on this is. Tested and functioning. So my curious is, what's the lens like? Because these lenses are changeable on here. So I don't know if this one basically has, what is these? I'm going here and check out the specifications on this. So this, I'm going to buy myself a Sony projector right now. Let me see, I had to go to Projector Central because keep in mind, these projectors have lenses, and lenses can be swapped out. So I have to make sure I get the right lens. Let me see. There we go. Let me see, that's not the right one. Here we go. So this is a good way to go in if you're looking for projectors on eBay. This is a great place to go. I like to go to Projector Central because it'll give me all the information, everything I need from the door. All right, this one is, oh, are you freaking kidding me? No, that can't be possible. What? What else I get with this bad boy? Shift. That's how power operating. Power shift. What's the distance though on this? Am I getting a short through lens with this? Or is it a regular lens? It comes with this projector. Standard lens as a standard lens. So at 31 feet, I'm at 100. I'm at 30 feet. I'm at 200 something screen. What happens if I bring this down to around 18? Am I getting at 18 distance throw? $18. That's approximately about right. Yeah, that's about right. That means it's a whatchamacallit. But still, that's not bad, man. That's a really good projector. I might have to buy that one today. That sucker's freaking 6,000 lumens. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, I'm buying this. Okay, I just found me a projector. I'm buying this thing. This thing is 6,000 lumens. Whoa! I'm buying this projector. I can't show you what the projector looks like, but I'm buying it. It's a Sony. It's definitely a Sony. I was trying to get a Sony with a short throw lens, but I'm gonna get that instead. Yeah, 43. 1,000. One of that. I don't worry about the contrast. Contrast is not important because the screen's black. So there's a difference. 4.3 is not really true because majority of these projectors are actually 16:9, but 6,000 contrast. Good gracious. Yeah, I'm buying 6,000 lumens. I'm buying that. All right, so. Yeah, I'm getting it. That's what I'm buying. I'm about to have this next week. It's going to be sitting in my shop next week. This bad boy right here. Freaking Sony. Sony's going to eventually cause me to go broke. All right, so, yeah. So, keep in mind, we're still trying to order this paint. I have 10 people in California right now that are processing orders to actually order from him right now. So, I've transferred money to their accounts so they can basically get the item from me. These are good friends of mine that actually live in California. And they're in the process of getting the personal mix, which we requested, And this was the item that was basically canceled. Money was returned to us, and his count is still down, which I have been checking back and forth on eBay, trying to get his bring up his account, and it's not coming up at all. Usually just comes up under Crow's screen paint or projection screen paint. And I'm not getting anything at all. Nothing's coming up. Oh, wait. Now, whoa, look at it. He's up now. He's up and going. And he's charging $175 now for his paint. $175. That's what he's charging for his paint now. Doesn't make a difference. We're still going to buy it. So he's up and going. I'm going to make the order today. I'm going to buy his paint. Crow, you can charge $1,000 for your paint. Do you have any idea how much money I make? I'm definitely going to buy your product. You can charge $1,000 for it. I'm still going to buy it. We're going to make the order right now. So it should be going through, and we're going to request a personal mix to see how fast this sucker gets canceled, if it goes through or not. Now, keep in mind, I want to get you to understand this. This is a bit of a hypocrite here, and I'm going to try and explain to you why. If he's selling one product, now keep in mind, if he's designing a black screen paint, this is where you guys got to be concerned at, because Crow's biggest protest was against black screens. They were dirty, disgusting, they couldn't show proper images, and a light screen was the way to go. If this man is actually selling a black screen paint, that means that the bottom line is I was right when I sat there and said that black screens are superior over any other screen, which means I was right. Makes him a hypocrite, because that's the equivalence of somebody saying that I can't stand coffee, and he puts on a protest for 2 years, and then one day you see this fellow sitting in a Starbucks drinking coffee. So guess what, Crow? We're about to order your paint right now. So I'm going to go in here and make this order. Let me see. Let's go in here and get this right now. So you can see that I'm going to click on this. I'm not going to show you my information. We're going to click on this right now. And we're going to see whether or not if he basically sends this product to us, the personal mix, so we can get it over here now. So we're buying it right now at $175, buying Crow's mix. We are requesting, Mr. Crow, understand what I'm asking you this again. We are requesting your personal mix. That's what we're asking for. Now, keep in mind, when we actually did this the first time, not only did he return our money, not only did he basically cancel our order, but he shut down his eBay account. He shut it down completely, which means we have that recorded. Even though he has it back up, we have a live recording of him shutting down his page because he's terrified to give us that paint. Now, you have it at $175, thinking I'm not going to pay $175. My man, this is a cakewalk for me. I make this in my sleep. So the bottom line is, I'm going to order your paint right now. Now, here's the question right here. When Crow first started off, and a lot of people don't realize this, he was giving his screen paint away for free. That's why if you go to his site, it's actually a YouTube video of him showing you how to make one of his screen paints, which is actually 2 teaspoons of black added into some black paint or whatever, gray paint. He was giving it away for free. Then he started selling it at $50 or $60. It went from $50 to $60 to creep up to over $100. From $100, now he has it at $175, which means if he's marketing this at $175, that means any individual besides us will have to pay $175 for his product. And keep in mind, this is a fellow who has done no real testing whatsoever on his product to show what it could do. But I'm going to order your personal mix, and once I get the personal mix here, we will test your product against the bare silver screen and the other screens which you were supposed to do from the beginning. If you send us something different that's not supposed to be in that container, then we're going to have a problem here. Then I'm going to put a charge back. This is a witness testimony that we are asking for your light gray screen paint mix under personal mix. I'm going to put the order through right now. If you cancel my order, we'll know that you're afraid. Actually, we know you're afraid to give us the product anyway. So let's order this right now. Hold on for a minute. I'm going to turn to the side. I'm going to make the order right now. I'm going to buy it. All right, let's turn to the side real quick. I'm going to put up my company's P.O. Box address. All right, there's my company's P.O. Box address right there. Now, I don't understand. He's charging $22.50 for shipping. Don't you know to ship through a United States Postal Service box is around 12 bucks? So he's actually gouging you on shipping. You check that for yourself. United States shipping or flat rate serve shipping on a medium-sized box is $12, not $22.50, Mr. Crow. So you're stealing from your customers when it comes to shipping. So let's go over here real quick and let's pull up, let's see, we have, there's my, let's see my order go through. So it's going to cost me altogether $208. And I just paid $208 for a screen paint mix that basically is bare silver screen. So again, we'll go over and place the order. I'm so excited. Okay, sorry about that. I'm really excited. Okay, we'll place the order in. I'm going to Home Depot right now to pick up some bear. There we go. Bam. Recorded time. We just ordered this paint right now for $208.87 for it. I'm going to tell you exactly what I want. We want your personal mix. We want the light gray screen paint, and it better be light gray. No black, no gray. That light gray personal mix. Just ordered it a few minutes ago. I'll be waiting for my email confirmation, and I'll be seeing your paint soon against some bare silver screen. As we said, we're going to test this product also too against the original Digital One Crystal screen paint. The original One Digital Crystal paint, which we developed 11 years ago, we're going to show that bottom line is it's the exact same screen paint that Crow has been using. We just ordered this product just now. Now he put it up for, now he's charging $170. It's not a problem. It's an easy for me thing to do, to charge. You charging $170, it's nothing to me. I want that product here because the last time I tried to order from you, you canceled my order. You were somebody that was in my room, go in and search your channel just to make sure it wasn't a fluke on our end. And the person came back and said, thank you, Kevin, that the channel was missing. Now, let's see if he honors his agreement and sends me that paint. Crow's personal mix, light gray. Send it over, my friend. We'll be waiting. Oh, yeah. Can't wait to get it over here. That's what the original test was. The original test was supposed to be against the light gray screen paint. That's what the original test. Crow called himself being slick. Now, keep in mind, he's still considered to be a hypocrite because this is coming from the same fellow who protested that black screens were not worth the time and money. If you are developing a black screen, if you display a black screen, if you talk about a black screen, that makes you a certified hypocrite. That means all your customers who believed in you when you were talking about black screens weren't the way to go and they were too dark, too dingy, and you develop a black screen, makes you a hypocrite. So you basically can't backtrack on that at all, period. I don't even know why you sent over your product with that, your label attached to it. You do want you attach your label to something that basically makes it part of your product. So we're going to put that confirming. Here you should be calling me pretty soon. All right, that's what we're going to request. All right, let's go in and contact his messaging. We're going to let him know that what we requested was a personal mix. We're going to do, like I said, I'm going over right now to go pick up. Oh, I got the paint downstairs already set up because the paint was already set up for the demonstration. So let's see what happens. When he gets here, we're going to do a demonstration on his screen paint. Keep in mind, we're going to talk about contrast levels when it comes to this product. Now, like I said, it's going to be, oh, I forgot, Crow. I have your other screen paint here, the darker one. So we're going to put your dark mix against your light mix, and we're going to see what the difference is. So we got that demonstration to do too, because since you're now supporting black technology, let's see how good your black technology is going to be against paints that you don't want to test against, and let's see how well the contrast level comes out. Because if that's true, that means our theory on you doing demonstrations constantly in the dark because you're afraid your strings are going to wash down fade because they're too light, means we're going to put it against your own stuff. This is going to be interesting. Let me get ready for this. Okay. Other than that, I got to go order my Sony projector so I can get that here. That's 6,000 lumens. It's definitely going to be freaking hot. I can't wait to get that here. And yeah, I'm glad he opened this page up. But keep in mind, it's doing at 175 now. So I don't know how you guys feel about that. I mean, you're used to paying such. Here's the thing. My customers on my end are used to paying for my product on what I charge for my customers because I've done demonstrations. If you see my 9 is freaking insane. My 9 pulls up images at 25 feet away. It pulls up images in well-lit environments with sunlight. The same kind of testing that I put a 9 through is the same kind of testing we put 8s through. And keep in mind, in any of my demonstrations, Crow has never, ever matched any demonstrations under an 8. Never. Not one of them. Not even under a 7. He's never matched any of the demonstrations. So now you have a fellow who's talking about how he wants to basically, our paint and our products is too expensive. His paint is actually near the same price as one of our 1 quarts. So if it's 1 quart, keep in mind, think about it. If it's 1 quart for $175 equals up to plus shipping around 2 something. If you need 2 quarts, how much does that cost you? If you need a gallon, how much does that cost you? So think about 4 times 175 if you want to do a quart. If you want to do a gallon, that is more expensive than our paint. Because I know everybody who's using that product isn't just painting 100-inch screens. People can do the math on that. If you want to do, oh my goodness, let me get a calculator. I got to add this one up. All right, you calculator. This is outrageous. We got this product. We just ordered this now. You open the shop, that's okay. All right, this is interesting. If he is charging around $175, that's what we just paid for his product. He's charging $175. If you have to do 2 quarts would cost you near $300. So a lot of people didn't add that up when it comes to Crow's paint. $175, right? He's charging $175 a quart. So if you have to paint a 150-inch screen, there is no way in the world you're going to get a 150-inch screen out of 1 quart, which means you're going to need 2 quarts to do it. So that's going to be 2 times 175, which is going to be close to 3 something. So if you have to do a gallon, and if you're going to do a screen over 150 inches, you're going to require to have a gallon, which means if he's charging $175 each, that means that's 3 times 175, or 4 times 175 to equal a gallon. So pretty much his paint is now more expensive than our paint. See, when he was charging $50 a quart, that'd have been easier because if you'd have got maybe a gallon, that'd have been $200. If you got 2 quarts, that'd have been $100. But at $175, that means that if you had to do maybe 150 inch or anything outside 100 inch, you would have to buy 2 quarts. At 2 quarts at $175, you paint 150 inch screen is $235. Yeah, people didn't really do the math on that, did they? So if I wanted to get 2 of these, because his quantity's in there, if I had to paint a 150 inch screen, I would have to buy two of those to do it, and at $170 each. Which means my grand total would have came up plus shipping. I'm pretty sure that each time you get the shopping cart, you'll probably charge separate for shipping. But like I said, my grand total is $208 and wow. So altogether, $208.87 when 2 quarts of ours costs around $230. So pretty much that's how much I paid for 1 quart. So that's what I'm trying to figure out how that even works, because if he's selling it by the quarts, and when you buy it, you don't get 2 quarts, you get 1. What if you have to paint a screen bigger than 100 inches? How much is it going to cost you? Anybody ever add the math up on that one? And on top of that, he's gouging you in shipping. Shipping for a flat rate box for United States Postal Service is $12, not $22. All right, let's do the math on this. I got to come back on this one. We got to change the title on this one. We definitely got to change the title. Definitely got to change the title. Oh, and by the way, that post office box, let you know, that is for my attorney's office. At his post office box, I would not suggest sending anything there disruptive, because I mean, like I said, he's a pit bull. He will come for you. All right, so that's my attorney's post office box right there. So we just want to make sure that when it gets here, oh, I cannot wait for it. Yes. Yeah, you didn't add the. Anybody add the math up on that? All right. So let me see. If I was painting, wow, we got to add this up. This is crazy. Hold on. No, I'm not torturing myself at all, period. I want to know why he didn't send us the paint at all. Like the same thing, we're going through the same thing with Black Diamond. We had incidents with Black Diamond in the past We want to know why we can't get a sample sheet from Black Diamond. Black Diamond's doing the exact same thing. Except for on the other end with Black Diamond, they kind of hit it with the court orders to basically stay away. I'm not torturing myself. This is not torture for me. This is curiosity. This is not torture. If this was torture, then why would I do it? I want to know why he canceled that order. That's what I want to know. That's not torture for me. 100, what I'm paying right here is nothing. This is nothing. I don't care about how much it costs. I just want the item here. Just like when it comes to screen innovation, I just want their technology here so we can test it. We can't do that because the bottom line is because they're kind of finicky about me touching their stuff. But other than that, it's not torture at all, period. I just want to hear. Why in the world would a person go through such great stakes to go and cancel, terminate their entire eBay listing and then cancel our order the minute it goes through? And I bet you this is a cancellation right here. Hold on for a minute. I got to turn this to the side. We got something that just popped up on our email right now. All right. We got an order confirmed. It wasn't canceled. Okay, that's from eBay. eBay just confirmed. Oh, can't show you some of that stuff. I got some business mail in there. But anyway, we got an order confirmed. He hasn't canceled it yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to contact him, request that we want the personal mix. Because like I said, I want to know. I want to know why you want the great stakes. That's a lot to go through. You actually dropped your entire eBay account. So why are you so terrified about having that product here? It doesn't make a difference if it's not ambient light rejection. Here's the bottom line. We're doing demonstrations with the lights out on a contrast screen. The screen, it's not the fact, I got screens out here. I got projection screens and sample sheets that have amazing ambient light rejection technology. But because the screen's not black, it can't pull contrast level and the screen automatically fades. Now, if I take its personal mix and put it against whatever that mix that was in that container, which I plan to do side by side, I want to see what the reaction is. Now, keep in mind, he can't do technically a demonstration on any form of black paint because of what he protests. That would make him a hypocrite. Can't do it. That's the part he doesn't understand. Yeah, he's probably asleep because of the time zone in California, but I'm curious if he's going to cancel this at all. My thing is that a lot of people don't understand that. You got to understand, he's saying that we're so expensive when it comes to our product. Now, since we had our price drop, our product is pretty reasonable for anybody. But consider the fact that if you have to paint a screen outside of 100 inches, keep in mind, at 100, so you're paying 120 inch screen. You're not going to get 120 inch screen. You make it out of a quart, but the problem is when you do 150 inch, 130 inch, you're not going to get that out of a quart. You're going to have to buy a second can, which means 2 of those cans at $175 is pretty much going to start stacking up. He's probably going to cancel. He's going to cancel. It's definitely going to cancel. But that's what I'm saying. That's a shame because here's the thing. It shows bottom line he has something to hide. That's what it is. It's pretty much bare silver screen, and that's what it is. Crow's main paint that he basically supports are light gray screens, and that's what he does. Because that's why in this, that, and the other. But my thing is this. I want to get it here. I want to see exactly what it looks like next to bare. Now he's just basically intensified my curiosity by trying to by wanting to know this. I have to know this now, because why would you go through such great stakes to people to keep us away from it? We requested the personal mix. We did a demo on the UV mix. It's not the UV mix is not that dark. That paint that he sent us in that container is near black. It's not dark. I've seen the UV mix before. The UV mix is kind of a silverish. It's kind of a dark silver, but not that dark. That paint in that container is black. It's a really close to very black screen. He doesn't design anything like that whatsoever, because that would go against everything bottom line that he started working on to begin with. When he started talking about these light gray screens being all the rage, that would be against everything he's ever made. We've seen his product before. As a matter of fact, I have somebody ordering the UV mix and we're going to match him. So he's not quite out of the woods yet. I have somebody already in California basically ordering his product right now as we speak. So if it's exactly the same color, if it's the same product. The only problem is he won't know who it's coming from. If we order it, he'll change it. If they order it, then we'll know on the other end. But that's not his product. He doesn't make paint that dark. That's why when I displayed it, somebody asked, Pro doesn't make paint that dark, and he doesn't. But that's neither here nor there. What we requested in the demonstration is a light gray screen paint. So we have one coming in, And the minute I put the request in, keep in mind, the minute I put the request in for that product, why would you cancel and give her our money back if you had nothing to hide? Why would you drop your eBay listing if you had nothing to hide? So let me see if this is him right now. Somebody just sent me a text a few minutes ago. It is probably him right now. Nope, nope, nope. That's not somebody else. So let's see how long it takes for him to cancel. If the order goes through, then we'll do the test as it was supposed to be done. But like I said, for someone to basically cancel their account and basically refund their money the minute we set the order through, that's something for somebody. That's somebody trying to hide something. That's somebody trying. You delete your account to keep us from coming and buying from anybody else from coming there and buying. But what you need to ask yourself is the fact that his paint is now more expensive than ours. And people say, well, how is that so? Because he sells it by the quart. He doesn't sell gallon sizes. He doesn't sell any other sizes. The only sizes he's screened over 175, not ambient, like exactly what I just paid for. I'm glad I paid the money for it because the bottom line, I'm actually going to match it against Bear Silver Screen, or I'm going to match it basically against what's the other one? The Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. Now, if you had different categories of paint and there were different prices for each category of paint, depending on the performance of each product, much like if you watch Elite screens, they have a certain price for the white screens, they have a certain price for the mid-level screens, like the Gray Cinema 5D, and then the more expensive screens are like $3,000. So there's a price range for each screen. Now, keep in mind, all his paints are all sold for the same price. So regardless whether it's ambient light rejection, regardless if one has a lower gain than the other, you still have to pay $175 regardless. That's like somebody saying, look, Dark Star 9 is $3,000. Just because it has an Elite name on it, you still have to pay $3,000 for a white screen. You still have to pay $3,000 for a silver screen. You still have to pay $3,000 for a dark gray screen. It doesn't work that way. You have to charge for different categories. So I don't know if he thought this through when he started charging $75 a quart, because no matter what mix you get from him, you will pay $175, whether it's ambient light rejection or not. You will still pay for that. So, like I said, you got to think about that. Hold on for a minute. I'm getting what you're saying over here real quick. He doesn't want it to. It is worth it. It's definitely worth it. I'm gonna tell you something. One thing in business to learn, bottom line is, whether it be Crow, whether it be Elite Screen, whether it be Black Diamond, you still have to basically hold your own. It's definitely worth it. Trust me. It's definitely worth it. I got time in my day to get it done. Let me show you something right here. I'm gonna put this link in the bottom of the video. This is the craziness that I went through with Screen Innovation. I mean, any of y'all read that document? We have a document by Screen Innovation where basically we had court orders from them for us to basically not do any form of demonstrations toward their product. And we didn't do anything wrong. Simply in the demonstrations, we did a side by side. But when you have a screen that costs $5,000 and another screen that costs $300, the $300 screen is actually doing a little better than the other screen, then it becomes a problem for the other company, and then it becomes an issue where bottom line, either two things we want you to do, either to buy you up or to shut you up. And we got the shut up part, where basically we got telling us. Now, it was in 2015 when it happened. You probably raised. Actually, no, we didn't make him look good in the UV mix. We had a black screen that blended into a screen. Keep in mind, what he doesn't understand is our screen paint was supposed to be claimed to be so dark and so dirty that it was impossible for you to see the image. How is it possible on his, whatever, that screen paint mix he designed, we were able to blend in here to his screen? That was his protest right there. Now, keep in mind, all the demonstrations he did on my product were against his light gray screens. Now, this is what we're going to do in our demonstration. We're going to take his light gray screen paint mix and we're going to put it against our black screens over here. But no. If he's sitting there saying that, oh, I'm equal to him, he hasn't even done half of the demonstrations to equal to our technology. The fact that we're able to show, keep in mind, in his protest, our black screens were supposed to be so dirty and so dark that you couldn't see the image. So how is it possible we're able to mimic a screen that was supposed to be slightly lighter than ours if our images were that dark? That's the part you got to understand. And keep in mind, my order rate went up again. That's why I've been pushing orders out all week long. My order rate has been climbing like crazy. Because the bottom line is, here's the thing, at the end of the day, people want a 100% black screen. Not dark gray, not midnight gray, none of it. They want a black screen. Oop, can't show you that real quick. We're talking about 8s now. Now, when we're talking about going to 9 and 10s, a 9 is untouchable on every level whatsoever. They can't even figure out the color of a 9. No one can figure out the color. What is a 9? It's not gray and it's not black. People have been staring at that screen, sending emails. What color is the 9? Nobody knows what it is. The screen looked brown at one point, looks brown at another. You're trying to say, okay, so you're trying to say that bottom line is you saw brighter whites. No, there's no brighter whites. The reason why I saw brighter white because the screen is dark gray. Our screen's black. I said that in many of my demonstrations that any screen that is lighter than a black screen will automatically push a higher white level. His screen is not 100% black. It's actually very dark gray. Even a dark gray screen will produce a higher white level than a black screen. I'm pretty sure you know neutral colors are, right? So in neutral colors, if you have a screen that's black, it's going to produce a less of a white light. Well, if you have a screen that's gray, it's going to produce a more of a higher white light. That's just basic common sense. I know you're trying to get whatever, I don't know what you're trying to get out of this, but it doesn't work for me on that end like that. I'm used to tons and tons and tons. What I do on a daily basis with my company, trust me. And if you even knew some of the plans that were going up in 2020, we have major contracts set up for the 9 and 10. That technology, some of that technology may never ever reach customers' hands. It's already contracted from the door at 10%. You're looking at a screen that may easily cost you $5 or $6 grand. I'm not wasting my time, man. It's a demonstration that has to be done. Crow's biggest protest on my product was the fact that his screens were not required for ambient light projection. That's the part you're missing. His biggest protest against our product wasn't against black versus black. It was against his light gray screen paint versus our black technology. And every demonstration that Crow has done against my product, he has never matched it against any of those blacks. Wait, I forgot about that. If Crow had a screen that dark to begin with, why didn't he do a demonstration against our black screen versus his dark gray mix? He didn't do that. He did the demonstration against his light. Can you answer that one? Because if I'm going to do a demonstration against my technology against another one, I'm going to go against another black screen. It's only equal. If I go against a lighter gray screen, then I know I'm going to basically be able to crush that screen when it comes to contrast and color. White levels maybe not so because that screen's going to produce a higher white level. But if he had that ability to have that stuff to begin with, why didn't he do that demonstration to begin with? No, he did it on a light gray screen to show you how dirty and ugly a black screen can be and why you shouldn't buy it. That's why. You didn't think about that, did you? So in his campaign, black screens were supposed to be dirty. That's why he did it against a light gray screen to show you that a light gray screen would produce better colors, a brighter image, and snow whites. So if that's his argument right there, I don't see why it's not a problem for me to bring his light gray screen paint down here and match it against a Digital One Crystal screen paint. Do you know what a Digital One Crystal screen paint is? It's a light gray screen that we developed 11 years ago. Google the name, that company's name under Digital One. That's my first company I started under Screen Paint. That screen paint is the exact same color Crow's Personal Mix is. It's going to react the same way. Can't pull contrast. After seeing, my friend brought over a sample sheet of Black Diamond, and I saw it for the first time, and I laid it against my screen paint. That was it. I was done. I was bent on darker screens after that. After seeing that. What it is, Black Diamond is the one that actually led us on its route. But I'm curious, if he had this dark gray mix he claimed he had, why didn't he do it to begin with in any of the demonstrations versus our black screens? You know why? Because he just made that product. He made that product specially for us because he knew that we basically wanted a light gray screen paint mix. Even at a light silver, still he wouldn't have been standing against our screen. That product was made strictly for us because I've never seen any demonstrations on anything of him displaying that screen anywhere. He can't do it. He can't explain the screen. That screen is literally close to a black screen. So why do you sit there and you're a hypocrite and you're sitting there criticizing how black screens are not as good as they say they are, but yet you have one? What does that make you? So that's why the minute we put the order in for his personal mix, his light gray screen paint, that's why the order was canceled. If you have nothing to hide, why give us back our money? Why cancel out your eBay account? Why? If you have nothing to hide. But we'll see when it gets here. If the order goes through. That's the thing about it, if the order goes through. Because I have nothing to hide. If he wants to order my paint, he can order my paint all day long from my website. Don't care. Knock yourself out. But I'm not going to drop a website for somebody ordering paint. Oh no, go ahead and order what you want to order. I don't care. Bro, the thing I saw here, which was shocking, I couldn't believe that man dropped his eBay account. Who does that? Who drops the eBay account to keep me from going there and getting that one particular paint? He doesn't want me to have that paint. He doesn't want his personal mix over here. None of the screen paint. Any screen paint we're going to request, he doesn't want them. I'm buying all of them. I told him I got $1,000 pulled aside. I'll buy every last one of them, get them over here. But the one he doesn't want, we requested, was the personal mix. The minute I say the personal mix, and you can go back and check the video, he returned that money right away. Now, the question you got to ask yourself is the fact that if the personal mix is non-ambient light rejection, then why is it cost him? Why is does any of the screen paint ambient light rejection? Because he does demonstrations with the lights on toward that screen. Keep in mind that price was the same as anybody went there. Nobody buys from that shopping cart. If anybody buys from that shopping cart at all, let me know. So let me get this straight. You're saying that, let me get this straight. This is what you're saying. You're saying that randomly, out of all the millions of people that hit eBay, that he was figuring out, me, by myself, would be the only one that would go in there and hit that shopping cart and pay for the money for his screen. That's what you're saying. Think about it. 1 out of a million. Anybody could have hit that shopping cart and still would have paid the same thing. I was the only one who was going to hit it. That's not good. That means no one's buying from you. That means I'm the only one that put money in your pocket from your cart. That means good as it is if no one's buying from you. Because you're figuring that if I put it at $200, that the only person that's going to come in here and buy this product is just Mr. Bird, because nobody else is buying it. That doesn't help us. It doesn't help the situation at all. It makes it even worse. It makes it even worse at the fact that, let me see. I'm not worried about price. You see my Groot over here, my King Groot? My King Groot was $1,200. I'm not worrying. The stuff I have in here is worth so. I'm not worrying about price. You know how much money I pay in rent? I paid $2,200 in rent a month. And that's not even considered bills on top of that. No, I'm good. Trust me, I'm good. My company's contracted, man. That's what you guys got to understand. I have a contract sitting on me, which means regardless, if in my contract, regardless, if it's on a slow day or whatever, they have to do somewhere between 50 to 60 gallons at a minimum. So within a contract, that's why contract, you get a contract distributor contract, why I can actually leave from selling paint. Literally, if I wanted to, I can stop selling paint to you guys and literally my site up for contract negotiation for contract distributors only, which means I'm guaranteed to get a certain amount of orders every single month, regardless, because of that contract. People didn't think about that. My company's already contracted already. We had 2 contracts already set in stone. I got people right now hounding me every day for that 9 and 10 to get contracts on it. I can put in a contract where basically you have to, in any contract you sign, there's a minimum on how much you have to buy in every contract. Even with contracts I do with other people, when I buy stuff, there's a minimum of how much I have to buy. If I'm buying a certain, like I buy those the Surface for this particular screen right here, I have to buy so many of those a month in order to. So I have a contract from them to buy from them every month. They're guaranteed to get my money every single month. Just like if I sign a contract with a company, I'm guaranteed to have a certain 50 orders to 100,000 orders in a week. Now, consider the fact that if I'm dealing with customers, that's why some companies only deal with other companies only. because they'll get mass amounts of orders and huge hits, and it doesn't make a difference. It's a contract. It's not stress. I make the money either way. That's not a problem. But the fact that you have to consider the fact that this man was counting on eBay is hit by tons and tons and tons of customers. I buy on eBay all the time. Sometimes I might buy from the same merchant that I bought a projector from maybe 3 or 4 times. I might buy from 3 or 4 times. But keep in mind, you're trying to say that if he marked the price at $175 because he was counting on all the millions of people that flowed through eBay, I would be just the one person that hit his shopping cart, which means no one. If that was the case, if I'm going to charge this way, I'm on my website right now, and I'm expecting for Crow to buy from me, and I charge $1,000 for a quart of paint. That means no one else is buying from the website except for him, because I know he's the only one that's going to buy from it, right there. Other than that, no one's going to touch it and go near it. But his price on his product is around, let me see, he charges $95. Even at $95, I say, bro, he's not worthy. It's not whether he's not worthy or not, man. The demonstration has to be done. It has to be done. Just like all the companies have to do demonstrations again, it has to be done. Sooner or later, one way or another, I'm going to have a Slate 8 or a Slate 7 here. One way or another. And I'm pretty sure that whoever's over at Motor Screen Innovation is probably watching this video and hearing it, because that's how I got picked up from the first time. It's worth it to me. Because, like I said, I want to see why he went through such great stakes. The bottom line is to keep me from getting this order. It's worth the money, trust me. Maybe not on your behalf, but it's worth on my behalf, trust me. But like I said, I was thinking about it last night. If you canceled, why would you cancel an order? It's just money. Who's going to give up money? I don't know what happened to Partey, to tell you the truth. Partey's funny, man. He's a funny dude. I don't take Partey seriously at all. I really don't. That chemical concoction that he was mixing up and giving away for free, man, that stuff is freaking brutal. I don't know what. I made that stuff, too. That stuff is brutal. He has a chemical, and mind you, give the guy it's a little bit of credit. He did announce on camera that this stuff was toxic. He did say that. He said if you breathe this stuff in and it clings to your lungs, you are basically it'll put you to some pain. He did say that, but he should have been wearing a mask or something, man. Because I mixed this stuff up at the house, man. I feel like I needed one of those freaking hazmatic suits that they use to actually pick up ET. This stuff with the powder. Metallica powder was so flaky and so fine, it was like baby powder. So this stuff can become airborne easily. If you spill a little bit of this stuff, it becomes airborne. Mind you, anything that becomes airborne eventually has to land and leave a coating. So man, mixing that stuff was not good. And I have freaking asthma, man. I was wearing a full freaking mask, gloves, the whole 9 yards, everything. If it gets in your hands, it pours. If you sweat, oh good gracious, you don't think about the sweat and wiping your head. That stuff is really, really toxic. So that was one of the chemicals or one of the powders he was adding into his mix. But this is the part I couldn't understand. He added body gel. Why would you put body gel in there? You know, that's a water-based product, right? Why would I add water and oil together? It separates. It means any chemical will start to separate. That's crazy. That is crazy. So this chemical that's toxic, which needs to basically marry into the other chemicals in order to become non-toxic, is basically mixed in with an oil that will allow the chemical basically down through time to separate. This, I never heard anything like that in my life. Why? Why you put body gel in? And his term for putting body gel into polyurethane was the fact that it basically polyurethane after down through time breaks up and deteriorates. Okay, yeah, okay. The company who developed that particular product, who did tons and tons of testing, been through freaking hazmatic zone, fire zone, test zones, whatever, eventually sold you a product that eventually, if you spend the money to build yourself a nice deck, spray it down with this coating, eventually in about 2 years from now, your deck will become brittle and collapse. Really? No. I saw that video. Yeah, this is the thing about Partey. This is the same person who ridicules my video, and I find this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Tell me if I'm not wrong here. It's funny when you watch somebody sitting in the dark ridiculing a video that's sitting in the light. I'm done. But I don't have to care about that sooner or later. Like I said, once the 9 launches, that's it. That's what we're waiting for. Well, that's our timeline right there. That technology you're seeing, that 9, that's what we're waiting for. We got contracts set up. We have a patent attorney already set up. There's copyrights going down the name. That's what we're waiting up for, the 9. When the 9 and 10 launches, those are going to be physical screens that are going to be launched. That's what we're waiting for. So already it's going to be set up. And watch, you're going to see this summer with that 10,000 lumen projector. That's the way I know automatically. It already hit. When you see my new, I got a new projector I'm looking at right now. I don't know which one. I think what JVC has JVC has a 16K projector. I don't know what you would do with 16K. Like, is there anything that picks up on 16K? Nothing. What are you running off 16K? I don't think there's any applications for 8K. I mean, heck, the PS5 is coming out and Xbox One. They're not going to be running off freaking 16K. They're not even running off 8K. They're running off 4K. Or if they're lucky, if they do run off 4K. I hate that crap. For every time they bring out the gaming system, they always promise 4K and they never do it. Never do it. It's always some watered down, pixel shifting nonsense that they claim that it comes close to 4K, but it's technically not 4K. Every freaking time. They show the graphics and everything. I don't get it. You ever notice that when you watch the graphics, when you watch the gaming expos, and they show you the graphics and it looks so realistic, they go, "Wow, that's what my game system will look like." You don't realize that's running off a freaking PC. That's literally running off a PC right now. What they're doing, what they're showing you, they're showing you basically the rough copy of it. You're watching it run on PC, not the actual gaming system itself. Even the actual gaming system they have, it's much different than what we have in the home. Much different, a lot more powerful too. We get the watered down version. That's what we get. Hopefully we do get. I hope we get 4K with the PS5. I really do. I really do hope we get the screen up here. Yeah, but the bottom line is, look, here's the deal. All in all, Crow does not make or break our company. Keep in mind, we already have 2 screens already around. You haven't even seen the 10 yet. I've seen one. I've seen the 10. I designed it. You haven't even seen that one. Even when we told me you had a 9, and keep in mind, we showed off the 9. Crow thought it was black. He did a demonstration with black paint again and said, this is a 9. Didn't realize that the 9 has color changing coding capability, that it changed its color. But he thought it was black until I went out there and laid that screen against that Supreme 8, and that screen turned like a goldish color. So how is a screen that's gold or somewhat bronze can produce white? Keep in mind, if the screen if it was really goldish or brownish or whatever it was, or whatever it looks like to be, I can't tell you what it is, it wouldn't be able to produce white. It would produce a bit of a tan or a yellowish kind of look to white. But this screen produces a snow white, but yet it's actually not actually black and it's not gray. So what is it? And how is it possible when you turn on an angle, it turns black? Yet on an angle at 190 degrees, it picks up an image that's bright. It sounds like a bit of a riddle, doesn't it? All right, I got to boogie out of here. I got things to do. But like I said, his order went through. He hasn't canceled it yet. I should be sending him a text message or calling him or whatever. Letting them know that we want the personal mix, and that's what we requested. Now, I do the unboxing on this paint. Let's see, we're going to do contrast, all the other stuff we're supposed to do to begin with, and I'm going to put them against the Digital One Crystal Screen Paint, which is our original paint. Let's see what we're going to do from there. Oh yeah, we're going to actually test Crow's paint against his own paint. So we're going to take that dark UV mix, and we're going to test it against his personal mix and see what are the pros and cons of basically him producing a dark gray screen paint, or whatever he calls it. All right, that being said, I got to get out of here. I got much to do today, and I got 2 orders that just popped over my account. I am going to hear that. And my packages should be here too, because I had to order a ton of freaking paint. Let's see what's going on here too. Let me see, I'm going to go check my eBay account. Make sure everything is good. Let's go to my purchase history. There we go. That's my purchase history. So let's see how long that stays here. Now, like I said, last time we did this, hold on for a minute. Let's come back for a minute. Let's recap real quick. Let's recap. All right. Like I said, it may go either way. This contract we signed looks sweet enough. Become distributor only. No, it's 100. I'm guaranteed 100 gallons, 100,000 gallons, not 100,000, but I'll probably guarantee probably between minimum maybe like somewhere between maybe 500, maybe 1,000 gallons per day. At around probably around somewhere between, I say whatever price they'll give me, actually whatever price we settle on per quart.
All right, it's done.
So keep in mind if I'm doing like if I'm doing 10 to 20 grand a day, that you think about that one. So keep in mind that that 9, that 10, or even if in the process that screen will never ever make it to the hands of a customer, it through a distributor, their hands on and they'll mark whatever price they think it's going to be worth. Which means you can look at maybe one day looking at an aluminum screen being 10 grand. Because like I said, Black Diamond and all of them are not doing the stuff we do on our level. So what do you think that screen's going to cost you? But it depends on how things go. Or I can basically just, I got a retirement nest egg coming up pretty soon. Well, actually, I said it out loud, but I do. I got a massive lawsuit coming up for something crazy that happened to me. I'm going to leave that one another time. I could retire right now. When it comes through next year, I could retire. But let's see what happens. This is going to be a bit interesting. Let's see what happens. So no, it's no sweat, my friend. Trust me. All right, let me see what we got going on here real quick. I don't want to say too much. Yeah, that's something really bad happened to me a couple of years ago, and it's about to I'm about to get what belongs to me back. So trust me. Either way, I'm financially very happy. Okay, let me see. Let's go over here and let's pull up. I'm happy. I'm happy for me. I love this. I live off of this stuff. This is the stuff. It's adrenaline for me. I get adrenaline rush when the sun enters the room. Did you see that? I'm gonna tell you something. Did you see that demonstration on freaking 1,000 lumens? 1,000 lumens. That's the smoke screen that we developed was pulling up images in a room full of sunlight at 1,000 inches, or 1,000 lumens. At 1,500 lumens, we hit that thing with 43. It looked like a TV and a foot. All the curtains open, windows light pushing in. Now consider that technology alone, right there, what it's going to be to do as in commercialized, as in for schools, as in for gymnasiums, all that stuff. You got now a screen that can take on a ton of sunlight pouring in and still maintain an image at 1,500 lumens. My contract for that technology would mean that when we embed that into a screen, that means even if we get like 20 churches or we get like a school contract, that means in that school contract, they're going to order tons of screens from me to push into their schools because we have a screen now at under a 9 that can basically show up images in a room full of sunlight at 10%. Keep in mind, at only 10% done. If I was going to get maybe what, see somewhere between, for that kind of technology, be to produce an image like that, let's say on a low, maybe like 1,500 a screen, at maybe, and I get an order in from a school, maybe for maybe about 10 or 20 of them, at 1,500, at 10 or 20 of them in one day, or less than an hour. Think about that. That's why I'm going distributorship contracts. These videos I shoot when I shoot demonstrations of these screens, there's 2 versions of the one that you guys get, which we have fun, we talk, we joke and all stuff like that, and then there's the ones that I send out to companies saying, look, I have a screen here on 1,000 lumen that sits back 10 feet and it's pushing off an image on the screen and sunlight. The first time they see that technology, the first thing that pops in there is how much? Oh no, it's not for sale. I want a distributorship contract from you and we'll issue this technology to you. There's my people over there just popped in. Yeah, man, I can't wait. When the 9 is finished, it's going to be brutal when I get done with the screen. It's already showing good signs. 20 right now. I want to do 1,000 right now. The 37, the projector I was using downstairs that had the 3,700 lumens. It irks me a bit because the projector the lumen count is too high. It's 3,700 lumens. Even though it's traveling at 25 feet, it's still irking me because the only reason why I have to use that particular projector because it has something called an extended lens on it. And that extended lens it basically shrinks the image down to just connect with the screen only instead of me hitting the entire environment. So what I need to do now is I need to hunt me down a projector that is somewhere between, and I'm not going to find it because usually most projectors that have those changeable lenses are large thingy projectors. And most of those projectors are around 3,000 or maybe 3,500 lumens and up. I'm trying to find a projector at 1,000 lumens where I can actually interchange the lens, so that way I can get 1,000 lumens with that narrow thin lens, because I really need to test 25 at least 1,000 lumens. I have to, or it's going to bother the crap out of me. Because now that means I screen. See, that's how my mind thinks. If the test isn't hard enough, I'm crippling my product. So in order for me to get this to work right, in mind, if I do this at 1,000 lumens, it's going to hit everything in the room. Wait a minute. There's probably a way to get around that. You know, I'm going to do that demonstration today because I got to find out. I got to figure out exactly how is that screen to react at 2,500 lumens on 1,000 lumens. Because I know once 1,000 lumens leaves that projector, it is going to drop by all the ambient light in the environment. And if that screen still picks up under 1,000 lumen at 25 feet away, that is going to be freaking amazing. That's going to be amazing. That demonstration's got to be done today. That's done today. Okay. I got to get out of here real quick. I got to go pick up something really, really quick. There's something I'm supposed to be buying today. Hopefully somewhere between Thursday. I will display an inflatable Supreme 9 outside. That'll be next. Keep in mind, the screen's still going to be at 10%. The chemical's 10%. Oh, and for those you've been asking me about the 9 and 10 being a screen paint form, no, it's not going to be a screen paint form. This is a coating strictly designed for these projection screens that we're working on. That's the best I can tell you, but it's never going to be a screen paint form. And keep in mind, there's also in the works maybe a 12. All right, said too much, got to go.